Rubbish.
What's up, everybody? It's Steph and Andrew, and we are here to share some cool things. Not surprisingly, I'm a little late. Andrew's a little annoyed. Like, that's pretty much just our two personalities wrapped up. So, anyway, it's only 2 minutes after. Andrew, come on, be gentle. I've been sick all week. I'm getting over the flu. It's a mess. I feel so pale and sickly. But listen, I was super excited to be here, even though I'm not feeling good, because you guys, we have image generation in Bertha. Like, I'm freaking out. Andrew, are you freaking out? You look
no, because I've been working on it for weeks and months.
You look super excited. Yeah. I know, makes you excited that it's finally happening. So,
how do we know that people are watching?
What's that?
How do we know that people are watching? Or are we just
You
speaking
see that little number up by the eyeballs in the corner there?
5 people watching. Wow.
Six
Cool.
now. They'll keep rolling in.
Michael, I owe you. I've got it, Michael. I'm going to show you.
Say out loud what you're talking about, because people can't read it. I'll put it on the screen. Michael Kiel, hello everyone from France.
This is your sweatshirt. It's coming. I promise. I got ill. I got a bad back. I got COVID. It's a nightmare.
I know. Andrew and I are kind of a mess, you guys. We're kind of a mess.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
We're gonna get better though. We're working on it.
We will.
So Andrew,
right. Yes.
Bertha AI already can generate text. It just generates it, right? It writes it. It's not copying and pasting it. And so the same works for the image generation. We're going off of the same engine that does the copywriting, the same AI engine, but now we're able to create images. And rather than use our words to describe it, what do you say we just show the people what we're talking about?
Okay. I will share my screen. So let me just share my screen. Am I allowed to? Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Good.
And Michael's happy that he's getting his sweatshirt.
Okay, good.
Okay, so share your screen. I don't see it shared yet.
I'm just getting there. I'm just getting there. That's it.
All right.
So my screen should be shared now, right?
There we go. Oh, we got our pal Rosie's here. Hi, Rosie.
Hey, Rosie. It's my favorite dog walking person.
So when you guys who are watching live, please feel free to ask questions. We're going to be monitoring the chat, as you can see. So if you have questions, or if you have an image suggestion that you would like to see Bertha generate, pop it in the chat, and we'll do our best. So Andrew, tell us what we're looking at here.
Right. So basically, you can launch Bertha AI. You can launch Bertha Art from anywhere within your WordPress dashboard. It doesn't have to be within a post or a page, but it's better if you do. But I'm going to just use this in the dashboard for a moment, just to show you what happens when you're in the dashboard. So let's generate an image of Bob Marley, because I did that earlier, and I know that
already there. Yeah, we see it.
It's already on the thing there. So, and you can also ask Bertha to improve the description. So there's a little pro tip here as well. So once we ask Bertha to improve the description, she'll come up with 4 or 5 opportunities there. And we've got a little progress bar as well on this particular module, because we know.
So basically what that means, folks, is that if you write a little text, like you want a picture of Bob Marley. So Andrew put 2 words, but because we are dealing with Bertha, who writes things for us, Bertha, when you click that little improve description button, Bertha will actually expand on what you've put and make it more detailed. So as you can see here, give you a few options, just like in any of the other text boxes.
Exactly right. So we've got lots of little text options up here. Let's choose the 3rd one, see how we go. But because we're generating images, and images like alt text, you can actually copy this text and either use that in a blog post as your intro to your blog post writing about reggae music, and you can then use that to create your images as well. So let's create an image on the fly quickly. Haven't used any of the options there, just letting Bertha make her own mind up and see what she comes up with Bob Marley. And this will produce an image.
So read out what that put in there, Andrew.
I will do. So Bob Marley was a Jamaican reggae, let's have a look. Jamaican reggae singer, songwriter, and musician. He was the lead singer of the ska, rocksteady, and reggae band Bob Marley and the Wailers. So that'll do for that, because we don't want to bore people. So we've got these general images. Now, when you go over this, you can say, okay, I want to upload this to the media folder rather, and that will upload nicely. And you can do this to every single one of them. You can upload this media. Now, this is one image generation. So within free, you get 40 of these. So you can do this 10 times, basically.
So the 4 that it's showing you counts as one generation.
Count as 4 image generations. But because we give you 40, you can do this 10 times. So you basically get 10 image generations for free. So it produces 40 images for you. So you can choose one or whatever, but that's free. You get 10. So it's pretty cool to get 10 image generations anyway, so you can see what's going on. Now, I quite like this image, so I want to resize it. Now, what resizing means is that it enhances it. So it makes it a higher resolution image. And when I resize it, it takes a little while longer. And as you can see, this is why we've put a percentage thing in there, so that you know you're waiting and it's not.
And now this counts as another image generation. Is that correct?
It does. And I can now download this image, and it will be nice and high quality. And again, that takes a little while to go back to our server and just download it, because it's 2 or 3 meg. And we don't want the server to crash every time somebody's generating images, because we've got thousands of users.
So we've got we've got a couple questions here from, I think, the same person. As always with StreamYard, you have to go to streamyard.com/Facebook. I think that's the URL, so that it could show your name. And Facebook for me is being very troublesome today. I'm not actually able to open up the Facebook group, so that's super fun while doing a live.
Right.
But if you could just type your name in a comment so we can know who we're talking to. He says, hello, is this using Stable Diffusion? Can you go over the limits at the different plans and options for image size? So he's kind of touching on that already, but Andrew, maybe you can just.
Yeah, no, it is using Stable Diffusion, but with our own take on that. So it's everything is done in Stable Diffusion is done in Python, which is a code language. So we've written our own prompts to be able to get to the descriptive prompt as well, and we've written our own prompts to get the image generation. So square images are 512 by 512. Landscape images are 1168 by something, and portrait images are again 1168 high. So it's good enough for web. And that's why we've gone for the resize images, because then that produces a landscape image, for instance, will be 3,000 pixels or thereabouts. So it will be very strong. So I was going to show you what that image looks like on my screen. So let me just open that little image there.
Yeah, you can just open it in a. I think you're only sharing your browser though, so you might have to drag it into a tab.
I can share this in 2 seconds, so I'll do that.
Yeah, there you go.
You can see that it's pretty high res, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at those teeth.
And one of the reasons that this is an important thing that you can increase the resolution and download it is because this isn't searching the internet for these images. It's creating them. So it's not like, oh, you put this on your website and then you're like, oh, I wanted to put that on my brochure too, or signage or anything, because it depends on what you're generating, and you would need a higher res version. You can't go back and it's not out there to find anymore. So to be able to just generate a big image is good, because it's a one-time thing. So this is Zach, by the way, he said. So thanks, Zach. He says, also, will it be possible to put website level limits on usage like we can do for limiting how many words can be generated per month on a site?
Not currently, but that's coming, because that's just a bit of coding that we're doing. But we wanted to launch this as soon as we possibly could. So we've done this. So it's kind of an MVP, it's a moving, whatever MVP stands for. I always forget. It's
most.
Come on.
Wait.
See?
Something viable product, but is it? It's not
minimum
MVP.
viable
Minimum viable product. That's it.
Right, so there you go. So it's an
Wow.
MVP, but it's certainly on the images. But let's try and do something off the wall a little bit. So we've got Bertha AI.
Hang on a second. We have a quick question here. Is this a license-free image? That's a big question.
Yes, it's a license-free image. Yeah, because it's generated by AI, so it doesn't exist in the real world. So it's also uncopyrightable. So you don't own the copyright on the image because it's open source. Stability AI is an open source situation, so is OpenAI. So anything produced by open source is de facto open source. So there's no way you can own the copyright on it, but you can, once you've got it.
But you also don't have to
really
attribute anybody. You don't have to pay for it.
No,
You don't have to do
there's
any of that stuff.
no
Once it's
attribution.
generated, it's yours to use. So cool.
let's
And
have
Zach
a
said, excellent. Thanks for the product. We're so glad you
You're
do,
welcome,
Zach.
Zach. Bertha AI concept car doesn't exist. So let's have a little go at improving the description, and then I'll show you how you can choose what style you want it in as well. So we'll just let Bertha write the description for her own concept car. So I'll just use that one. That's fine.
Bertha AI concept car is a sleek and stylish vehicle that looks like it came straight out of a future sci-fi movie. The car is completely autonomous, equipped with a variety of advanced features. This sounds awesome. Okay, I can't wait to see this.
It's a great car we want. Who wants Tesla? We want the Bertha.
0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. That's very specific. Okay.
I'm going to do a sub-style.
Can you go back to the choose the style? I want everybody to get to see what some of your options are here. Just go to choose the style for a second.
You've got painting, drawing, animation, screen, photography, avoid people. Stability AI and all of the AI generators, modern, DALL-E, all of them don't do people very well at all. And especially if there's hands involved, you tend to end up with people with 6 or 7 fingers or
3. It's weird, yeah.
Or 3 noses or whatever it may be. So it doesn't do it. And real life materials, so we're talking about bricks and iron bars and things like that. So with real life materials, because we've had a good old play with this, but these are directly from Stability AI. These are the options that we can have. We haven't written any of our own options because we're not using our own server to do this with. We're actually using Stability AI server. So anyway, painting, choose a sub style. I've got digital, I've got oil painting, I've got watercolor, acrylic, airbrushed, comic book, blueprint, ink dot. So let's just go for comic book. Now, I've not done this before. We used comic book for this painting. And if I wanted a trend, let's say I want to go for steampunk. This will be interesting to see what.
Wow, steampunk comic book. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not going to choose an artist. I'm just going to leave it blank for the artist. But we've got choices of Albert Bierstadt, Andy Warhol. You know, I'm going to do that in a minute because it'll be off the wall. Claude Monet, Salvador Dali. You know, we've got all the famous artists in there anyway, or the artists that people would know. So let's go and create that image. It's a great thing to be able to do. I'm not sure that people are going to use it too much, but you know, we wanted image generation here to give you an opportunity. And if you go to bertha.ai and blog, I've actually written a blog post this morning about this. So here we go. We've got a little concept car. Now we can choose to upload that to the media folder and then go back into the media folder. So I'll show you how that looks and what happens there. So I can close that down. And a little pro tip on using this, because I'll open the media folder in a new window, because if I opened it in the same window, I'd lose the prompt of Bertha AI. So there you go. There's the image of it. It's quite good. Now, what I was talking about using the text that it generated, this text here, you can either use that in a blog post or you could save that as your caption, and it would be very helpful towards, or your description, whatever, be very helpful towards SEO. You could use part of it as your alt text. Hang on, if I can grab hold of it. Got mouse problems here. There you go. So that's alternative text. And that's, you know, you can use that text to generate all sorts of things. And it's loads of fun. So on that, let's have a little look, see what happens. Comic book didn't really come up. I wanted digital art, and I'll have nothing there. So create an image. And you can also add colors. And I'll show you what I did with a Tesla the other day. I wonder if it will come up with similar livery. I said, please, put a Tesla with Ferrari livery. And that's all I put. So yeah, so here's a concept car. That's great. So let's do it with a Tesla. So Tesla with Ferrari.
Andrew and I are Tesla fans, by the way, you guys. Whatever you think about that, we happen to like them.
You don't have to like the owner of a product to like the product, do you? But anyway, so
I like Elon Musk too. I think he's so fun.
It's now going to generate Ferrari livery on a Tesla. How cool is that? So
what does Ferrari livery mean?
Livery is the paintwork and the logo and all that kind of stuff. It's just livery basically. So when a company has a van livery, for instance, your company logo on it and your livery basically. It's your
so you defined livery as your livery. Got it. Our pal David.
Sorry, livery is your branding.
I know. Our pal David is loving the possibilities this brings, guys. Thanks, David. Okay. So what in the comments, what do you guys want to see generated? Somebody give us an example of an image you just had to source for a website. Again, the people is tricky because it's not a flaw or a failing. It's sort of intentional because they have put some limits on these image generation things because this is such new technology and there's a lot of concern out there, right, about there's negative things that can come of it.
Yeah, it's NSFW, so not suitable for work. So sometimes Bertha will only create 3 images at a time. And because one of them has been flagged as NSFW or not suitable for work or not suitable for viewing. So, you have to be quite careful with that. So I wouldn't worry about that. But you can say a lot of people are recreating anime images, anime fighters in a desert, for instance. I don't know what this is going to come up with, but in a dessert, look. So it'll come up with them in a cream pudding. Brilliant. I'll improve that description there. And let's see what comes up, because you've seen some images that I've already created within this when we're developing it and practicing with it. So I can see that the anime fighters are in the desert acting out in the hot sun. They move swiftly around. Their blades are flashing in the light. The sand kicks up around them as they fight, creating a cloud of dust. So let's see how close this can come. I'm going to have no style or anything. I'm just going to let it create the images there. And let's see how far we've got, how far we can get. So it's very early stages, Stability AI, and part of the fun of this, or part of the entertainment value and getting the creative juices flowing, is that you're learning how to write a prompt to get the best image out that you want to. And these are quite good images.
I don't see the dessert. Oh, it put desert.
Fighting in a desert. I've said desert. I spelt it dessert first of all. But this is quite a nice image. So let's resize that image and see what that looks like.
We've got a couple requests coming in. Vicky Baptiste says there's definitely an entertainment value here. I can't even imagine what images Vicky Baptiste is going to come up with. She's got quite the creative mind. Also, remind me not to sit right here at this time of day, because look at these lights on my face.
You got a very shiny nose. I saw it. Yeah, don't worry about it.
We're trying to avoid it. And
can I generate a Stephanie Martin Freebird?
Yeah.
There's one Steph. There's one that'll do.
There's just one.
Do you think
there's just one? Although Andrew was the other night, I was out someplace and Andrew was playing with Bertha Art, and he kept sending me. Remember, you were sending me pictures of like a tall redhead drinking wine at a bar, something like that.
Yeah.
It was funny. Okay, so here's one. David says
Zach's
playing a
great.
bod run. I don't even know what that means. What's a bod run?
Is that's an Irish drum?
Oh, well, that makes sense.
It's the
Since it
thing
came
with
from
one
David
stick.
Brown.
The sign isn't good, but it's basically. Hang on. So you've got a bit of a thing in your hand, and you go like that on the drum.
Okay. Well, we need somebody who's playing it. Me playing it? I don't know about that.
Well, I
do like drums.
I'm just going to copy that and put that away. Hang on, just hide that from everybody. Hang on. So we can do that. We'll do that.
We've got a couple other ones. This is a good one, a cybersecurity one. Okay, we'll do that one next. We'll stick with the Irish pub in the Bodrin. Cybersecurity is one that definitely you need on blog posts and things like that. Zach says this will be perfect for clients who want a stock image that doesn't actually exist. We'll save dozens of hours hunting down stock. Ain't that the truth?
Well, go and have a look at that blog post, and you'll see that I created I've created Bob Marley, I created the cyber car, and also created a recipe for spicy fish cakes. So Bertha created the recipe for the spicy fish cakes, and then Bertha Art produced the images for the spicy fish cakes as
That's
well.
Awesome. I want to see those.
Bertha.ai, go to the blog. It's the first blog post you'll see on there. So let's have a look and see what we can do.
How did I miss that you posted on the blog? I didn't even see that this morning.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sneaky.
No idea what you've been doing.
Oh, it's apparently it's called a bowrun.
Bowrun.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the way you pronounce it is a bowrun.
Oh, yeah.
I played a bodrun, bowran. But, how am I going to know that? I'm English, David. Give me a break.
Yeah.
I pronounce most of the English words correctly.
Stana wants us to do salmon in a river. Did you see that? She actually posted it on Facebook the other day.
I'm going to do a salmon in a river, but
it just showed like salmon fillets, like you would eat them in a river. It was really funny, but that wasn't from Bertha. I don't know where that was.
Okay, so it didn't like the bowrun, but let's just try it again. Let's just refresh this page. I've copied that text. Start it again, and just if something doesn't work on Bertha, just refresh the page. Oh, I've said improve that description. Oops. I'll just replace it with that one. Let's create an image. See if it does it. Now, we wanted a cybersecurity image, didn't we?
Yeah. Let's try that. Yeah. That was Martin Freebird asked for that. It was a good one.
Did he? I don't think he did. There you go. Sure about that? See, doesn't do people very well at all, but that's a bowrun. So there you go. You know what a bowrun is now.
Oh yeah.
So what we can do is because it doesn't do people very well, you can see that about the images, and you'll see that all of the AIs do this. So let's just create bowrun on a table. If I've spelled that incorrectly now, never mind. I can't see the Facebook page, that's why. No, a small round creature with a hard shell. Lovely.
Let's skip past the bowrun. Let's go
on. No, I want to do it because David's important to me.
Good.
So shush,
David
I'm going to do it. Spell it for me, but David, post it up again because I can't see it.
BODRHAN. BODHRAN. Guys, have you ever been on a more scintillating live video in your life? This is called Spelling Irish Words with Steph and Andrew.
Well, at least I knew what it was.
That's a good point.
I might not know how to pronounce it, but I knew what it was.
Does Bertha know? Bertha knew what it was too.
The bodhran is a traditional Irish drum that is often used in folk music. Let's have a look creating that image then. Create that image.
So Andrew, this is a technical question. If you don't fill in the style, trend, artist, etc., what does it default to?
It just defaults to whatever it thinks would be most appropriate. So there you go. There's the images there. That's the most appropriate images that it felt. But I mean, you've got to use your common sense here. And it's so if I want to create something artistic, and I'll go into generating, really. Thanks, Mikhail. That's brilliant. And or Michelle. I don't know how to say your name. It's just ridiculous.
Isn't that funny? That happens to me so much. Like I think I know a person online, but I've never said their name out loud, and then it just comes out, and I'm like, oh, I think that's
Bertha would have any problems with that. But you've got to use your common sense and play around, and that's why we give a certain amount of free images every month as well for the free users. And it's just a bit of experimenting. Remember we're at the cutting edge of AI on this one, so we're going to improve it. There'll be marketing, there'll be able to upload pictures of yourself and dress your, to see what you look like with a particular hat on or glasses.
Here,
or a particular
put in this for Vicky. Put in this one for Vicky. Let me see. I'll put it up on the screen. Abraham Lincoln trick-or-treating as a ghost on Halloween.
Like that. What I'm going to do this just without improving the prompt.
How could you even improve on that? I mean, honestly.
Well, that's a great prompt, right?
I'm terrified to see everything that Vicky comes up with. I'm kind of terrified of.
So annoying when your phone doesn't turn off. My phone won't turn off.
I don't know what that means. Oh.
Well, there's one.
He doesn't really look like a ghost. Hey, can we do a cybersecurity one? Because that seems like something somebody would actually use in a blog post. That's the thing about this, is it's so fun to just play with it. But the real beauty of being able to use this technology inside Bertha is to create images for a website. So, I mean, maybe Vicky's blogging about dead presidents, ghosts as Halloween characters, but okay, so let's see what it comes up with.
Let's see what it comes up with.
And then we have another one from Kristen Oss as well after this.
Cool. Whack it up on the screen. Let me get ready.
A herd of horses in a winter pasture.
There you go. A unique cybersecurity image for you.
Those look straight out of Shutterstock or something, don't they? Almost, huh?
Well, they're not. Let's choose a style. So we'll have a drawing, and we'll have a sub-style, and it will be an illustration because it's a drawing. Let's create those images in the same thing. You could play with this for hours, couldn't we? It'd be great.
It's so fun.
There you go. Cybersecurity image. You could use that to for anything really. Doesn't matter.
It looks like an infographic almost.
Or Stability AI doesn't do is do letters very well. So, if you're creating images, you can maybe just use your imagination as well. So what are we looking at? A herd of horses. This is bad for people who come from London. That's a herd of horses in a winter pasture.
Herd of horses, governor.
Love it. I'm definitely going to improve upon this because I'm just going to create the images straight away with that. But this shows the benefit of improving the prompt, basically. Bear with me. My shoelaces can undone. There we go.
Is that important while you're sitting at your desk? Oh my goodness.
Well, because I crossed my legs and I've just trapped my legs, so it's like.
Did somebody sneak in and tie your shoe to the chair.
I did, yeah.
Those images are beautiful.
They
Excellent
are
prompt,
beautiful. So that's
Kristen.
without, so drawing, illustration, whatever. So you've got, you know, that's a beautiful, that's just that one line of description. Now let's see what happens when we improve the prompt. I'm going to save that one. Excuse me. We've got some pollen flying around here today. I don't know what's going on. And I'm going to actually save. I'm going to put that into the media folder as well because I like that one. Excuse me. Let's improve that description and see if those images are improved. What do you think of that, Kristen? Or Kirsten? Is it Christian or Kirsten?
Kristen.
There we go. So we've got a herd of horses in a winter pasture. So there you go. Create the images away. Isn't it great to have unlimited images?
Such a show off.
Giggling here. I know. It's just like, still paying for it.
Yeah, it's not exactly free. Yeah.
Not quite.
Oh, they have thick coat of fur.
Pretty much three. I would say that there's pretty much 3 or 4 good results out of that. So, and what we were saying about the uniqueness of them, if I press create again, it'll come up with something different as well. So if you do like an image, what we haven't forced is any saving into your media folder or any saving onto our server. So you might, if you do want to save the images, you're going to have to upload them into your media folder or download them. So you can see that, you know, it's completely separate images there as well. And that's it, really. That's Bertha AI, you know, Bertha Art, rather. It's pretty cool.
Art.
We love it. You can get landscape images as well. Let me just show you what goes on there. Because they're landscape and we've had to restrict, obviously, people's screen sizes are to, there's just no chance of getting the same image.
Those are some chunky boys right there. Look at those.
Well, yeah, you've got to have a look at this because the image size is restricted. We can, if I upload that to the media folder and then go and have a look at it. But let Facebook user, whatever your name is, what's the chance of getting the same image twice? Can you only get 4 at a time?
This is Dave.
Yes, you can only get 4 at a time because there's a cost to it. We are going to actually restrict. We're going to give you the ability to do 1 at a time, or 2 at a time, or 3 at a time, or 4 at a time, but only a maximum 4 at a time. There's also a cost in going back to the server and generating those images because it's generated. Each image is generated individually, and that's why we've got the percentage bar to let you know how long it's going to be before all those images are created. But as I say, this is an MVP. I've put that into the media folder, media library rather. Let's have a little look. And there we go. So that's the image there. They're a bit chunky horses. They're far too much grass. But, you know, it's realistic enough. It's all there.
Now,
and that's
the real power comes. I want to tease something that is coming down the pipe a little bit. I know Andrew doesn't like a tease, but I do. This is coming. Huh? What did you say?
I don't like a tease. You're right.
But you can't stop. I'm a tease. What can I say? We're going to have something coming up where you can set it as your featured image and then add an overlay, and it will put the title of your post on top of the image, and it'll just do all of that right within the Bertha interface. So you don't have to take your images and do it in Photoshop, any of that stuff.
That is a sneak peek, and it's a lovely sneak peek, but it's coming after the Google Chrome extension.
What?
So Bertha imagery this is what you've got for the foreseeable, so for the next few weeks, because we really want to work on the Chrome extension, which is 90% done there. We just got to test a few other things out. And I'm yet to decide whether there's going to be image generation in there. If there is, it won't be available to free users because being a Chrome extension, it's open to abuse. So we've got to be careful with costs and make sure that we remain competitive. So, but the Chrome extension for Bertha AI is 90% done. We just got to do a couple of tweaks and then upload it to Chrome and hope that they approve it very quickly. But then that's the next thing that's on the plan, and which means that you can use Bertha everywhere. And then pro users will be able to use imagery within the Chrome extension. So there you go. So those are the kind of things that are coming up. But yeah, we want to be able to say when you're writing in a blog post, we want you to put the page title on the image with an overlay, and choose the overlays as well. So that might be a separate little module as well. You know, use your AI generated images as an overlay or whatever it may be. So that's it on the creating that. The only thing is that if you go into a post, there is a slight difference where you can still set the image as a featured image, which is pretty cool.
While you're loading that, yeah, we've got a couple nice comments here. This is from our pal Bobby Kircher. Nice work. Oops, wrong one. Nice work, and great how easy it is to upload to the media folder. I agree, Bobby. And
cool.
wait till you see this one with the featured image thing. This is going to be cool, even without those extra things, to be able to add a featured image. Vicky says this is an awesome addition to our favorite assistant. Thank you.
Brilliant. Tell your friends, and also everybody's an affiliate, so you can all help us continue the good work at Bertha and earn money at the same time. So you can go to, and Stephanie has uploaded lots of nice images to the affiliate area, so you've got lots of branding there you can use to help promote Bertha and keep us running and keep us being innovative, however you want to say it.
Innovative.
So a unicorn in a forest. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to improve that description just off the top of my head. This is in a post or a page. So this is where it gets beneficial. So there we go. Unicorn was a beautiful creature with a slender body and a graceful neck. Are they talking about unicorn? Yeah. Okay. No further on that one. So I'm not going to choose any kind of. Well, I am actually going to choose a style. I want to have a illustration of that. So yeah,
do a painting. Do a painting. That sounds cool.
I don't want to go. I want to go futuristic. See what that comes up with. We'll do a landscape image. Create the image. Doesn't matter what comes up, but it'll be fun. We like unicorns. Maybe we're a unicorn. Bertha.ai. Who knows?
Who knows?
Oh no. So here we go. So that's okay. Upload to media folder, which you can do. Set as featured image. Amazing.
What?
So I can set that as the featured image. Close that down. Close that one down. Save the draft. And go down to there, and there it is, featured image. Woohoo! And if I preview that, woohoo! Well, it's woohoo, isn't it? It's clever.
It's woohoo, isn't it?
It's all good stuff. There's your
that
featured
is
image.
Clever.
So there you go.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
So, any more questions? Oh, pricing. Sorry. I'm gonna have to do that.
We did have one more question too, and then I'm putting a link here for the affiliate area.
Yeah,
I'll be adding some Bertha Art images up there in the next couple days. There's just a bunch of Bertha logos, things like that, and also some of the memes that we've been posting that we crack ourselves up with. So.
For the starter, you get 60 images a month. Now that's basically, so every time you generate an image, you're going to do 4 images. So whatever that is, I've forgotten what that is, but it's 4 into 60. And then
it's 240.
$10 a month, you get 60 images a month. $30 a month, you get 160 images per month, and $99, you get 440 images a month. And of course, because we do stuff well, you can pay as you go on your images, which is pretty cool. So you can just use the slider to go up, and you can.
I mean, $10 for 100 images ain't bad.
It's not bad. So you can just use pay as you go. And I've always tried to look at the fairest kind of pricing, right? You know me, I
Mhm.
don't like to be too expensive on stuff, and the starter at $10 a month is a great deal.
You're
But
not
on
kidding.
free, I've forgotten what free gets. Yeah, for free gets
4.
free gets 10, 10 images a month or 12, something like that. But anyway, whatever it is. And if you haven't, if it's not there yet when you've updated, go to licensing and then hit the clear cache, and Bertha images will appear. Because sometimes people, have lots of cache in there with their servers and with WP Rocket and SG
Mhm.
cache and all that kind of stuff. So it just grabs hold of it. But if you go to licensing, hit the clear cache button, and Bertha
Nice
images will
comment from
go.
Michelle Spall. You do great pricing, and the pay-as-you-go makes it usable for small businesses. That's
It's
our plan.
exactly
We
what we
are
want.
we are on a mission to make AI tools accessible for everybody. Hashtag AI for all. So we appreciate that you have noticed that, Michelle. Thank you so much for acknowledging. And Vicky has been really playing around with a lot of the AI tools that are out there. I know we've talked about that, her and I, offline, and she said these are great prices when you look at the cost of other AI image generators on the market. So thanks for pointing that out. Democratize AI, she says. Our
Yeah,
fearless
but
leader, Bob Mullenweg, will love that.
when I say democratize, I really mean it.
Easy now. Easy now.
Easy
David says we're
now.
going to put Shutterstock out of business. Soon as we can get the right number of legs on horses and fingers on humans, boom, it's all over. Shutterstock.
Yeah, when we do that, it would be, yeah, goodbye, Getty. But it would be. When I wrote the blog post, if you go and read the blog post today, I do mention the fact that you will stop struggling looking around stock photo image sites, because you can still do your laptop's on a table with a coffee next to it and stuff like that, and you can just have a play around with it. It's competitive enough to be able to waste a couple of hours
Yeah,
just
it is.
doing your AI generation. If you ever need them, as I say, if you ever need more, you can pay and go. And if you've got $110, sorry, the other one, if you've got $99, you can get 2,000 images.
2,000
So
images. I mean, that's nuts. So, Andrew, clarify one more time for everybody. Does the 2,000 images, does that mean those 4 that come up, does that count as 4 or does
divide
that
that
count
by
as
four.
1?
So divide 2,000 by 4, and that's that. If you only choose one image out of those 4, that's how many you get. So you get 500 images that you can 500 usable
So the
images.
4
But
that
you
come
can
up
use,
count as 4 images. Right.
yeah, they're 4 images. You can use all those images, but if you only
Yeah, you
use
can keep all of
one,
them.
you only use. But you get.
Well, it'll
But we like to
generate
generate
those 4. So
4.
it'll generate. Stop making this so complicated, please. It'll generate
Well, it's not that
2,000
complicated, but
images
we've
total.
got to generate 4 to be able to get, because it's new technology and because the prompts are new and we're still working on it. And, we've tried all the other solutions out there, and there are some fantastic solutions out there. But they all come back with very similar results. I mean, we're also going to have with this very soon, actually, before the Chrome extension, I think we will have a search engine within Bertha that will allow you to search for any image you like that has been generated by Stability AI, and you
Now
will be able to
that
use
is an
any of those.
absolute game changer because
Yeah,
they're all copyright free and everything.
they're all open
Um,
source, they're all copyright free.
yeah. Hey, we've been rolling for about 45 minutes almost here. We're going to have to wrap it up, but there are a couple more questions that I think are important that I've seen in here. Let me find it. Bobby said, if I can find it here, he said, my affiliate link is blank. Should I email you about getting a link? So I know,
No,
Andrew, you've solved that for
I'll
some
find it.
folks.
Yeah, we had a bit of an issue earlier on where the affiliate link wasn't getting there. So if anyone hasn't got an affiliate link, either DM me or send an email into support@bertha.ai, and I'll make sure that you're authorized as an affiliate, and then you just refresh the page and you'll get your affiliate link there. So it depends
Perfect.
what we were restricting it to people who had a paid plan could be affiliates, but we've opened it up to everybody that can be affiliates now. And there was just a little glitch in the middle of all doing that. So yeah, I'll
Also,
get
our
it.
friend
I'll get it through.
Anamika's here. She said she missed the start. Don't worry, you can watch the replay. And then she added a little tip for us with our hashtag here because she does a lot of accessibility stuff. So thanks for that. Nice to have you, Anamika. And then hold on, there was another question that I want to find here that because I think this is
She's gone. That's very typical of Steph. But anyway, a pro tip that I wanted to give you. Remember when I said on the when you're using Bertha Art and you've generated some text, or I'm talking now, so shush, because you just
sorry.
So I'm going to improve the description. When you're writing a blog post and you've actually written the description of the image, you can use that text in your blog post or in long form or in the paragraph generator or the rephraser to improve your blog post as well, because you're still using. So for instance, we've got the unicorn was a beautiful creature. I can then now take that text, copy that once it's stopped type, copy that, stop typing, and close it down and just paste it into my situation there. Go back into Bertha Art, create an image. I used it today like this, and it was just awesome. So I can upload that to the media folder. Close that down. I use. So I want an image block. My media library, and add my image. And there you go. Not only have I got the description of it and how I think it should be, but I've also got an image as well. So it helps you write your blog posts as well as do your image, which is pretty cool.
Right. So Victoria Vicala just said that she's looking, she sees Bertha Art, but it's not when she clicks it. Make sure that your plugin is up to date. Go run an update. It was pushed this morning, Andrew?
This morning at this afternoon, 2 o'clock UK time, I think.
2 o'clock UK time. So that's morning in the US. So make sure that you are up to date. And if you are having any issues, again, guys, this is brand new. So we'll be very actively monitoring the support. And by we, I mean Andrew and his team.
So yeah, I mean, post it in the Facebook group as well. I mean, it's probably easier for us to deal with them in one thread if you want support for that. But I do monitor support, but I kind of stop work at around about 8 o'clock UK time if I can. So you may have to wait until tomorrow.
And then there was something else that someone had asked. Okay, there's a couple of them. One, does improving the description come from our word limit? This is a good question.
Yes. If you've got,
this is Michelle.
If you have the image module there, if you've got Bertha Art there and you watch the video, it's only a minute or so. I've done a really quick down and dirty way of how to use Bertha Art. And I do mention the fact that it does use your word limit as well, just on the, generating that description. So yes.
Cool. Okay. That's good to know. And now also this one, how does Bertha do with keeping the image file sizes reasonable? Andrew, you did touch on this, but let's maybe just reiterate just briefly how it does work with the images.
So for instance, that landscape image is, I can make that a bit bigger, 100%. Let's have a look, see what the image is in my media file. Let me leave there. They're very reasonable for WordPress, but as I say, when you download a new one, so this image here is 512 by 256. It's not too large at all. If you do want a higher res image, you're going to have to create that within Bertha, download it, and go back into your normal, in Canva or in Photoshop or whatever image manipulation you use. But these are generally good for images across your website. So featured images, you may need to resize the image, which again is you're using a token for image creation. But you can just download it and resize it for your suitable featured image. It's not it's no big deal there, but we try and keep the images down. So let's have a look at the we've got some smaller ones here. I think Bob Molly was quite small, so that's 5/112 by 5/112, and it's 430.
You mean 5/12 by 5/12?
Yeah, 512 by 512 pixels rather. It's quite heavy actually, 434 kilobytes, because it's quite detailed. But you can use a smash it and get that down to like 73 or 83 kilobytes. It's not going to affect the. We use pixel something or other, but smash
Short
it is good enough. Short pixel we use for that, and I crunched a 1 megabyte file, PNG file, down to, I think it was 140 kilobytes with short pixel, and it was, the quality was great. Let's have a look at some other images.
I see some of these. I see a little pattern here about what you're generating.
It is Mahesh. It's nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. So, that's 195 kilobytes. Good image.
It is pretty.
I wanted a handsome man, and it came up with that. So he's a very handsome man.
Oh, he is a handsome man in a tux, no less.
And, that's it really. Oh, and I said, just
here you go, Vicky. This one's for you. Yeah.
Recreate the monster from Alien. So that's what Bertha came up with. So there you go. So it's quite interesting. It's good fun.
Guess who else is here? Mark Westgard's on. So much fun. Love this.
Cool.
We are big fans of Mark Westgard and his plugin WS Form.
So maybe you can integrate that into WS Form, Mark. Hint.
Let's talk, Mark.
Let's talk. But anyway, right. We're on the hour, aren't we? Any more questions?
Almost. It's a good time though. I think this has been we've got a lot of stuff for everybody to think about and go play with. And you've got a few support tickets coming at you, Andrew. Go help everybody get their affiliate things up, and guys, go out there and share Bertha. I actually have I'm going to send out an email maybe tomorrow even with some extra affiliate graphics that I'm going to send in an email that aren't in the dashboard, so that you can actually make some of your own mashups with the Bertha logo. So definitely make sure that your affiliate account is in place and that you're getting the emails from our newsletter. So, all right, everybody, thanks so much for being here. Andrew, thank you for all the hard work you have done, and the team, Mahesh and Sumit, those guys are awesome. Vito, of course, been a big contributing factor to all of this as well. So we are super pumped about this. And remember, guys, this is just the beginning. Like when you first learned Photoshop or something like that, or even WordPress, the potential is incredible, but it's a tool that you have to learn, and those tools continue to improve and grow over time. So this is something that you have to get the hang of. It's, if you're not getting the best images at first, same as with the text, it's a matter of getting the hang of how to communicate to Bertha basically in those prompts and in those text fields and things like that. And once you sort of get it, then it starts to become so much more efficient for you to use this tool for generating content for your website, social media, whatever. So be patient and keep at it, and keep us posted. Our ears are open. We are here ready to make improvements, fix things that aren't working quite right, or just hear your opinions about things. Of course, if you love it, especially, we want to hear that. So anyway, thanks so much for being here, everybody. We will see you pretty soon in our next live. Andrew, you're going to say goodbye?
Oh, I was just enamored by the good words that you were saying. And don't forget to interact in the Facebook group. Yeah, it's it's full. It's getting fuller. It's 900 people, nearly 900 people in there. So
it's awesome. All right, I just meant wave though. Really, I just meant wave. Bye.